And welcome back to EventTech Live Las Vegas. Here, getting to the sort of early afternoon in day 2 now, and what better way to perk us all up than we've got Matt from CrowdComms, everyone.
No pressure there. No pressure on day 2 afternoon.
Day 2 afternoon, perk up from Matt. That's the plan.
Yep.
Hey Matt, how's it going? How is ETL Vegas treating you?
It's been fabulous. You know, it really has been great fun. I mean, the social bit first.
Yes, Vegas doesn't have much to do for anyone that hasn't been here before.
Barely anything.
Yeah.
But to come out here, I've got the opportunity to come with some great friends who are also work colleagues, and to do some really interesting things, to see loads of people from the industry. So it's been really good fun from a social perspective, and just as important, it's been great from a work perspective as well.
Okay.
Yeah, learnt a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So you've had a chance to engage in some of the content that's going on, as well as speak to many people. For those of you that don't know, the CrowdComms stands is literally next to the studio. So every time I look over trying to drag Matt, he's talking to someone new and someone else. So
yeah. Well, we like to keep busy, but I've definitely watched some sessions. I've learnt from some sessions, but I've learnt from the delegates. Genuinely, I found it really interesting. It's like in the UK, which is where I'm from, you'll have someone come up and you get a real mix of kind of knowledge about technology. And I genuinely think, and I'm not just saying this to be schmoozy, but the US delegates that we've met today are really well informed. They are challenging us as technologists to come up with solutions, and they know exactly what they want, which actually makes it a lot easier for us, doesn't it? Because if someone comes up and they know what they want, they're asking the right questions, it gives us an opportunity to either present a solution or to be able to go away and come up with one.
Yeah, and that's as someone that has experienced the CrowdComms platform and the CrowdComms system, that's something that you guys live by, right? And I know you've got some exciting. In fact, I received an email just yesterday about new features in the CrowdComms environment.
Sorry to pester you.
No, it's good.
Bombard you.
I want the record to reflect. I always read them.
Yeah.
So what's out there in the developmental toolbox that the audience at home might be interested in?
Yeah, so we've got loads of pillars on the roadmap and loads of live projects, but I think there's a couple that I'm really interested in and like really close to, and one of them is a kind of looking at generally improving accessibility and coming up with some innovative ways that we can improve the accessibility of our platform. We've just built out our new registration software, which has been great fun, which we talked about briefly earlier, but one of the accessibility features is looking at like neurodiversity, so looking at how people interpret information that's presented to them and how we as a technology company can assist them in having a form that is easier for them to digest and actually get through.
Okay.
So we have created a system where the admin can choose the way that form is presented, but the end user, the delegate, which is all of our client, isn't it? That end user can also decide, well, I like my form in this particular way, I want it one question at a time, or I want to see it as a section at a time, or as someone who has like a neurodiversity kind of complex requirements myself, I'm someone who really struggles with lots of information. A big long form, and I see on LinkedIn at the moment everyone's talking about it. Our form's too long, what should we ask, what shouldn't we ask? Well, I want to be able to make those decisions myself.
Yeah, sure.
I want to be able to go, I want one question at a time. My name, my email address. How do I want that information to be presented to me? And so that's a great project we're doing. Registration in general has been great fun. I know it's a beast, but it's been really interesting learning about what clients want for registration and what they hate to say it, but what they don't like that others are doing around us as well. So that and the great thing with doing something and being able to learn what other people are doing is that we can try to avoid some of those mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's been a great project. And then loads of AI stuff, which I think I'm a little bit, almost getting bored of AI and people talking about it and appearing to do nothing about it, if I'm brutally honest. But
yes, you have for anyone with their bingo cards. Yes, Matt has now said AI as well. You can stamp that.
Yeah, I said it. I'm bored of saying it. I'm bored of people talking about it but doing nothing with it, and then just to make noise. And I promised. I've bloody gone and done it because I'm talking about it now. But we're doing it. We've got a number of like projects that we're working on and we're really kind of incentivizing our team to go away and come up with intelligent ways to use it and to empower our organisers and our end users to benefit from it.
Awesome. I think some of the AI conversation that I've been having with people sat in that chair for the last couple of days is about creating having the ability to create unique experiences for every delegate or attendee or whatever. And I think what you just described with the accessibility side, that's just one way of how you give an individual experience. Even if it just improves it by 5%, that's great for the customers' scores, etc., etc.
You make people feel special by them making them realise they see you. So if you can personalise something, if you remove some of the noise, so I get something that's unique to me, that makes me feel special.
Yeah.
And that's going to improve the user experience. That's going to improve their day, and ultimately that's what we're here to do. We're here to take complex things and make them simple.
Sure.
Every single technology company here
Yeah.
is problem solving to make something complex simple, and that's where AI is so valuable. We've got a data project with AI where we're targeting our data lake to enable people to come up with custom reports. So if I want to look at the effectiveness of some data that's so granular, I can actually say, create me a report on the session engagement in agenda 001. And then it will generate that very custom report. And I can say, okay, well, Johnny Martinez did a session on the sales engagement earlier on. There were 13 questions. 28 people participated. 90% of people engaged with live polling. 10 people went up and scanned a QR code afterwards. 19 people put chat messages on it afterwards. Is there value in us inviting him back again next year? So enabling people to be really targeted with the reports that they generate.
Yeah, so I think actually that's been a theme, if we park the AI theme, I think that's been one of the biggest themes sat here in the bonus stage for the last few days, is about how you're trying to maximize ROI, but also helping to justify that ROI with specific reports, because the report that I want as a CrowdComms customer might be very different from what that guy over there wants and that guy over there wants.
100%.
And so giving that, everything is about a unique experience, whether it's the way you deal with your form or the report that you get. That really does seem to be a running topic for the week.
That's personalisation, isn't it? Again, so it's and you're absolutely spot on, and we're really bad actually as an industry in enabling people to do that. Not just us, all of us, I think, is being able to create those really specific reports. It's all very general, isn't it? If we're honest, and we have all the data.
Yeah,
we have every touch point. It all sits there. It's just about getting it, using it, and giving people flexibility in terms of how they see it.
I think it's partly about knowing what to get as well, right? Because you flippantly use phrases like data lake, and I'm sure there are people cowering behind their desk chair now because too much data. I don't know I don't know how to interpret any of this. I don't know how to do it, and I think that's something that we're certainly getting better at First Side Media as well. Just about recommending reports and giving dashboards that are clearer and customizable, but have some stuff that actually might be useful.
Tips and hints, tool tips, guides. We've got to try and we're going to nick that, by the way. Your idea. We'll just take that and we'll implement it in the AI project. But that works. That'll work.
Awesome. Okay, so let's think about. So that's what's going on now, and what's active in the CrowdComms environment. What are you expecting more broadly in the industry in the next 12 to 18 months? This is a question I've asked everybody. You can use the 2 letters if you want, but try not to. So what are you expecting in the next 12 to 18 in the industry?
Well, we're going to continue to see an increase in user numbers back at live events. I mean, I'm watching the data across our event portfolio, and the majority of the events I'm doing are above audience numbers from before the pandemic, and so I don't like using that word because we try and forget it, don't we? But so I think we're going to see a continuation of that. So more people back at events and enjoying the whole buzz of it. In terms of the technology, in terms of what do I expect us to see, AI is definitely going to play a part of it. I think UX, for me, it's our focus is going to be surrounding our pillars, so it's customization and personalization, but enabling people to go further with that brand kind of continuity, enabling people to genuinely whitelist their platform, and ease of use. Like our journey is it's not towards SaaS, because I hate businesses that call themselves SaaS when they're not truly SaaS. But our focus for the industry is to make everything as easy as possible, so that you can do it yourself, and a lot of that will be like design focused. Feature-wise, I think one of the big ones around personalizations is recommendations. You did this, why not watch this? You met this person, why don't you meet this person? I know that sounds very cliche, and we're all on the journey to doing that, but that's going to be a big focus, and it's about efficiency of time.
Yeah, and that's something that maybe those 2 letters can really help with.
Well, they can, because if I've got my name and I've got my company, then I can trawl LinkedIn and look at the things I'm interested in, look at my connections and say, well, actually, I can see you're connected on LinkedIn, why don't you meet them in person at the event? So it is a very achievable thing to do. But I like, I like the idea of doing that and really, really focusing on it in the next few months. And then for us, it's going to be growing out the behemoth that is registration, so that we can compete with the giants that are in this room on registration.
Well, that sounds like an excellent way to end it and leave you to crack on with that, Matt. Thank you very much. I feel pepped on the second day afternoon from that conversation, Matt. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for watching.